Hello, my dear students. Very good morning to one and all. And once again, I welcome you to this online English classes. Hope you people are attending the classes and learning something through this platform. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions regarding any class, you may ask the doubt in comment section without any hesitations, without any problem. You can ask the doubts regarding the classes. If you are unable to understand the classes means you can ask. So in my previous videos I have completed the 4 major elements of English language, namely phonology, morphology, syntax and semantics. Hope you people might have understood clearly and completely about these elements of English language. If you haven't listened means once again go through it. You can see those videos in my channel. In this video I am going to speak on the topic the organs of speech. Let us see the definition for the organs of speech. The various organs of our mouth we use to produce speech sounds are called the organs of speech or speech organs. Speech organs or articulators produce the sounds of language. Organs used for speech include the lips, teeth, alveolar ridge, hard palate, soft palate, uvula, glottis, and various parts of the tongue. They can be divided into 2 types, passive articulators and active articulators. So this is what the definitions for organs of speech. Now let us see the structure of speech organs. Here alveolar ridge. Alveolar ridge is situated just above the front part of the tongue. Here you can see alveolar ridge. Just above the upper teeth you can see alveolar ridge. Then upper lip, lower lip, and this one is teeth. These are all the common things we know. Here we are having hard palate which is above the center part of the tongue. Then soft palate you can see here just above the back part of the tongue. Then below the soft palate we are having uvula. Then this way our whole tongue is divided into 4 parts. One is back part of the tongue, then middle part of the tongue, and third front part of the tongue, and finally tip of the tongue. Blade of the tongue, front part of the tongue. Then here you can see one round circle that is called glottis. So my dear students, this is what the structure of our speech organs. Try to remember this structure. You can draw this picture in a paper and try to practice and try to learn completely. Let us see one by one. Now my dear students, we shall see the descriptions for different organs of speech. The study of speech sound is essentially important for getting the fundamental idea about producing speech sounds. The various organs work in different ways to produce speech sounds. Now first one is lips. The two lips serve for creating different sounds, mainly the bilabial. Bilabial means both the lips act to produce consonant sounds like pa, ba, ma, va. With the help of two lips, these consonant sounds, bilabial sounds, are produced. Then labiodental consonant. Labiodental consonant means it produced by the action of the lower lip against the upper teeth. Lower lip and uh, upper teeth. For example, fa, va, and thus create an important part of the speech apparatus. Here you can see the structure: upper lip and lower lip. This is bilabial, and labiodental is lower lip and upper teeth. You can see when pressed together, the sound is called bilabial. When the two lips pressed together, at the time the sounds pa, ba can be produced. When brought into contact with teeth, the lower lip and upper teeth, when these two organs comes together, at the time labiodental sounds come: fa, va. They can also produce rounded sounds: oo. Next, teeth. In teeth we are having upper teeth and lower teeth. The upper and lower teeth are used to produce a lot of sounds, especially dental and labiodental consonants. For example, to produce the dental the and the, so this is the symbol for the, then, the, we are speaking, and this is for ta, think. The tongue tip is pushed between the upper and lower front teeth and to produce the labiodentals fa, va. The upper front of teeth are brought into contact with the lower lip. And our tongue is the most important articulator in the speech organs, and it moves in different ways in different shapes to produce speech sounds. Tongue is divided into 4 parts, namely tip, blade, front, back, and root. Here you can see the back part of the tongue, middle part of the tongue, front of the tongue, and blade of the tongue. Blade of the tongue. Then alveolar ridge. Alveolar ridge includes the area between the upper front teeth and hard palate or hard palate to produce alveolar consonant sounds such as ta, da, la, na, sa, za. The alveolar ridge and the blade of the tongue are used to produce alveolar sounds. Here the upper part of the front part of the tongue or blade of the tongue and alveolar ridge, which means teeth ridge. Here you can see the structure. With the help of the structure we can understand what is alveolar ridge. Just this is the upper teeth. Just above the upper teeth we are having alveolar ridge. Here you can see this is the front part of the tongue, blade of the tongue. Just above that we are having alveolar ridge. This tip of the tongue, blade of the tongue, and alveolar ridge. This is what the alveolar ridge. It is located between the top front teeth and the hard palate. It has surface is covered with little ridge. The sound produced is called alveolar ridge. Hard palate. Hard palate, a thin horizontal bony plate of the skull located in the roof of the mouth. The interaction between the tongue and the hard palate is essential in the formation of certain speech sounds, notably ta, da, and ya. The sound is not ja, it is ya. Here you can see with the help of structure we can understand what is hard palate. This is what the hard palate. It means which is completely hard. You can realize, you can assume that just you can see middle part of the tongue. Above the middle part of the tongue we are having hard palate. This is what the middle part of the tongue. Just above the middle part of the tongue, opposite to that middle part of the tongue, we are having hard palate. Here you can see this is hard palate, and next just below the hard palate we are having soft palate, also known as roof of the mouth. The interaction between the tongue and the hard palate is essential in the formation of ta, da, ya sounds. Next one is soft palate or velum. It should have holes forming that function during speech to separate the oral cavity, mouth from the nose, in order to produce the oral speech sounds. If this separation is incomplete, air escapes through the nose during speech and the speech is perceived as hypernasal. Here we can see the soft palate. Just above the back part of the tongue, you can see the soft palate, which is completely fleshy. Here, this is what the soft palate or velum. Here you can see back part of the tongue and the velum. Just above the, just opposite to that back part of the tongue, we can see soft palate. Often in speech, the velum is raised so that air cannot escape through the nose. When the k and g velar consonant sound is produced, the tongue is in contact with the lower side of the velum. My dear students, try to get complete knowledge of this. Don't listen casually. Don't listen in very urgent mood. Just try to listen calmly and try to acquire these things. Then we are having pharynx. The pharynx is like a tube beginning just above the larynx and ending to two parts. The structure that holds and manipulates the vocal cords, which means the Adam's apple in male is the bump formed by the front part of the larynx. You can see we are having here Adam's apple. Here this is what the structure of pharynx. This one is nasopharynx, which means it is related to nasal nose, and here this one is oropharynx, and here you can see laryngopharynx, a tube above the larynx divided in two at the top, the back of the mouth and the beginning of the way through the nasal cavity above the mouth, behind the nose, above the mouth and behind the nose we are having. Then what is larynx? The vibration of the larynx can be detected while producing the sound z. So just keep your finger here and you can assume that, you can think, you can analyze that larynx, this larynx is Adam's apple is vibrating. The vibration of larynx we can think, we can analyze. Here larynx, this one is tongue. Here you can see these are all the larynx. These five things comes under larynx. One is epiglottis and supraglottis, and this one is vocal cord or Adam's apple, and in that we are having glottis and subglottis. So try to learn these things. Okay, there are some sounds. While producing those sounds, glottis, vocal cord will vibrate. That is voiced sound. Later we will discuss voiced sound, voiceless sound. In the description of all consonant sounds, we can see what is voice, what is voiceless sounds. Okay, in that voice and voiceless sounds, vocal cords, the functions of vocal cords is more important. The vibration of the larynx can be detected while producing the sound z. Then coming to glottis. Already we have seen the structure of glottis, combination of vocal folds and space between the folds. As the vocal folds vibrate, the resulting vibration produces a buzzing sound. Buzzing quality to the speech called voice or voicing or pronunciation. Sound production involving only the glottis is called glottal. For example, is the sound ha ha. This is what the glottis. Next we are having uvula. It functions in tandem with the back part of the throat, the palate, and air coming up from the lungs to create a number of guttural and other sounds. In many languages, it causes to prevent air escaping through the nose when making some sounds. So this is what the uvula. Some fleshy bit of the in our mouth, some fleshy bit which is always vibrates, uvula. So my dear students, this is what the some brief descriptions of all speech organs. Hope you might have got the points and you have understood completely. If you want to know more things about organs of speech means, you can ask me in comment section. If you have any doubts about organs of speech, you may ask the doubts in comment sections. So with these few slides, with these few things, I would like to conclude my video. Thank you very much.